The CAPSA project is a purely upstream project that basically looks at policy engagement with the key partners. Just from our name, strengthening capacities of government to address child labor, forced labor, human trafficking, and violation of acceptable conditions of work in sub-Saharan Africa.
So the CAPSA project, being funded by ILO, sees to it that these capacities are being implemented to ensure that we combat all aspects of child labor, child trafficking, and all those violations of acceptable working conditions.
CAPSA project was actually initiated basically to tackle certain areas, that is strengthening the capacity of government in combating child labor, forced labor, and human trafficking.
The main objectives of this project for us as workers was to create awareness amongst the workers and the neighboring community about the dangers of engaging child labor in the country. Secondly, it has been also to create social dialogue between the employers and the government to ensure that the government does its role of supervision. The federation also engages the employers and prohibition of employing the child labor in the country, and us as responsible for labor, creating more awareness into the population, the community, and the working force.
So we do that through creating awareness, through radio talk shows and community dialogue meetings. We also do the trainings. We also withdraw children from child labor. We try as much as possible to sensitize the community on the dangers of what? Of child labor. Then also encouraging the parents to take their children to school and support them to stay in what? In school, not just a matter of taking them to school and end there.
So through this CAPSA project, it has impacted us that as cultural leaders, we are able to sensitize the public about child labor and also caution them what activity can the children do. We liaise with the technical people of the district, with the NGO, that is Platform for Labor Action, that has been supporting and implementing this project. And through this network, we have been able to reduce child labor and forced labor. We have an opportunity that whenever you go to the public, maybe if you're going to attend a ceremony, maybe a burial, wedding, and you're given an opportunity to speak, you have to speak about child labor.
We have also done a lot of sensitization along Convention C-190, which you are aware was ratified by government, and that was a big achievement on our side as a labor center in the country.
Children were able to go back to school, so the enrollment in schools equally increased, and the communities were able to appreciate the issues of child labor, as in they were able to know what are the dangers of child labor and then the benefits of taking their children to school. And those families which were also affected by child labor, they were also supported. They supported them financially. Those children who were taken for skilling, they were given startup kits. And even those who were not under the project, for sure, they were motivated. They also felt like they should join the project.
I think from even the title, Strengthening Capacities, we have done capacity development. The labor officers are very well capacitated to deal with the issues of our concern. The education officers have been reached out and their capacity has been strengthened. We have gone ahead to the industrial court. Recently, Uganda released the 7th edition of national laws, statutory laws, through the red volumes. And when the industrial court was expressing the challenge, we said, no, this is something that we can be able to provide. Even put in the library so that other people can be able to come and read these laws beyond the CAPSA project. So we have been very keen on sustainability by working with the already existing structures that are put in place by law, strengthening the capacity of different stakeholders, duty bearers at district level, and not just one. We find that in a district, we have maybe dealt with about 10 people at district level. So it means even when there is a transfer or turnover, there are still people within that district that have capacity to be able to handle.
We are able to understand how our children can be protected, because culture also talks about protection. By the way we've been handling it, we have been misusing it. I would wish to thank ILO as well as CAPSA project team for this wonderful work.
The project was a good initiative, but we need more. We need wider coverage, and we hope that we can have discussions of it coming back, because we realize its impact.